Welcome to the Take It Home podcast, the podcast so bad we really just need to take it home. I am one of your hosts, Doc Simmons. You can find me on all social media at Doc Simmons 17. This is where I would usually pass the hot tag to my partner, but it looked like he's frozen at the moment. So you can find his social media at Z Hendrix Brand, or if you like us together, you can find us at Country Air Official on Instagram and Facebook, and Country Air Brand on Twitter. And with that, I'll go ahead and pass it off to our senior official, Perchival.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I'm Perch. You can find me at Perch XLV. Pound sign for the ref brand, Waffles. Take It Home podcast.
Waffles, waffles, waffles. Zach, I did your intro, but if you want to do it yourself, you can go ahead.
Of course, Z Hendrix Brand and Country Air Official, Country Air Brand. Let's get this ball rolling.
Yeah.
Right when you counted down the recording, 3, 2, 1, I was off. It booted me off.
Yeah. I was like, oh, that was perfect timing. But okay, we keep it going. We're professionals. And we'll pass it on to the most professional to give us our banger of the week.
Ooh, banger of the week this week was an oldie and a goodie. Haven't heard it in a long time, but it hit just right. Diamonds and Pearls from Prince.
Ooh.
Damn good tune. Great, chill beat. Just so many sounds.
God, yeah, that's a banger. Prince is always a good time. I think I went on a Prince run like a month ago where I was running his albums back to back.
Just such great music. Instruments are all on point. So much thought into it all. Diamonds and Pearls. Damn, what a good beat, good jam. Prince is the man.
Yeah, one of my favorite Super Bowl halftime shows was definitely Prince.
I agree. That was pouring rain, and the dude's wearing those like high heel boots that are huge, and he's out there ripping. Out there ripping that guitar on a glass like stage. That was unbelievable.
God, like so awesome. Such a professional.
That was the best halftime I remember was Prince.
Yeah, that was a good one. Gold Experience, another banger from him. God, yeah. Love me some Prince. Go back, listen to Prince albums, give his estate money. And watch also Chappelle's take on Prince, because that's still hilarious.
Always. The best.
Yeah, can't go wrong with that. Like they're pancakes, but we show some support. It's a waffles podcast, but pancakes aren't terrible. All right.
And pick up hoops that are all right too.
Yeah. Yep. Nice little game of 5-on-5 with some pancakes afterwards. I was so surprised to find out that Lake Minnetonka is a real place.
And what a snazzy line for a comeback too.
Yep. Oh God, yeah. And then have you ever seen Purple Rain?
No, but I've seen the cover of it and people having the VHS growing up. Never actually seen
so that
the movie.
Was something else that I saw after the Chappelle show where they go to Lake Minnetonka in the movie. It's a whole thing.
Straight up Minnesota.
Yeah, like, oh, this is great. Yeah. Oh yeah, he huge Minnesota sports fan. Hence that probably had more to do with all the purple.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Enough Prince reminiscing. Let's go ahead and move on and reminisce about our weekends. I know for me and Zach, our weekend got cut kind of short, but Zach, why don't you start off and tell them what you did on Friday?
What I did on Friday was walk out to a crowd of over 700 people, including Kurt Angle, whip out my girlfriend's pink brush, and combed my hair.
It was glorious.
I never it's like I guess like the small things that count. That the brush was so popular that it almost was stolen that night. It was recovered.
Thankfully.
But Friday night, your mama's favorite tag team, Country Air, we were in action singly, wrestling at Live Pro Wrestling in Fond du Lac. Starting off, it was me versus Salem Crane. Some people might call it controversial. I call it a W.
Yep. Yep. I would say the same.
Yeah, I mean, people can complain all they want. All I seen was Salem Crane laying there for a 3 count, and I got the pin, and my best friend was out there to celebrate with me.
Yep. Don't worry about why I'm out there and when I wasn't out there at the beginning of the match, but just know I'm there to help and celebrate.
Doc and me have this chemistry. When Doc knows I'm going to end the match, like Doc will come out then. Like Doc's a busy man, greatest heavyweight of all time. He doesn't need to come out till it's his time to come out.
Yes, especially considering I had a match of my own later that night.
Exactly.
But
let's go on to that. Look at that segues.
Yep. So in the main event of that night, I was in a cage match defending my live professional wrestling Fond du Lac heavyweight championship against Rip Ryan Summers. I had my best buddy out there cheering me on from the outside. Some shenanigans happened, and he wanted to bring in a cage and throw you around, and he comes up with the win.
He gets upset. So here's the thing: these fans like get all upset because he used the cage on you as a weapon. They got mad because we used the cage on him, but yet when he was using the cage on you and slamming your face up against the cage, it was acceptable.
Yep.
No,
he was running my back into the cage 4 times at the end. All I heard were cheers. There were no, hey, ref, stop that.
All I'm saying is this: it's a cage match. There's no rules, but yet everyone tries to say there's rules. Like you can't slam the door in the guy's face. You can't bring in a table and make him fall through it by accident. He fell. I was up there. I climbed up there, letting him know, like, it's way too high up here.
Yeah.
That it's dangerous. He could fall. And he fell through the table. Then they got mad because I got so worked up and I was so into my emotions. I punched the ref, to check on the well-being of my best friend.
Yes, he was in the way. The refs were doing a terrible job. Lots of people were in the way.
And what do we get for checking to make sure Rip Ryan Summers okay? No, we get you used as a weapon against me and you up against the cage. And Rip Ryan Summers celebrating with your championship.
Yep. But don't worry. Like that horrible nightmare can't last forever. I will be back to reclaim what is rightfully mine.
You think we can both reclaim it and then kind of do what Lay Cool did and get the belt cut in half and we just both come out with a piece?
I'm a fan of running Freebird rules on belts that don't need Freebird rules.
Bro. Pocket. As Mick Foley says, you might not use it now, but you might use it in the future.
Yep. So I am a big fan of, yes, we can share the title. I can be the champion, you can be the champion.
Hell yeah.
All right. Now, and sadly, Saturday, our show got rained out for the Elroy Fair, I believe it was.
Yep, Elroy Fair. For those who didn't know, it was Doc and I's first Brew City Wrestling Tag Title Championship opportunity, and it's gone.
Yep.
We could have been sitting here right now, your mama's favorite Brew City Tag Champs.
But alas, we are strapless at this moment. Our waist barren of gold.
So I've been eating more. Like I've been trying to make up for the gold. No, I'm just kidding.
Like, food is hard. All right.
Yeah, that's what we've been up to. But let's hear what Perch has been up to. I bet he's had a lot more eventful weekend than us.
Yeah, fair shows are so much fun to do in the summertime. There's nothing like it. And we were just talking before, saying how the feeling and the atmosphere is so great for us inside the ring, especially when the crowd outside the ring is having a blast. When we found out that the fair on Saturday wasn't going to happen, it was a heartbreaker. Last year, a lot of fairs and festivals got canceled. However, we still cut our teeth on fairs and festivals. So without that, it's like we're missing a piece of us. We're missing a good outlet. But that being said, this summer we've got a whole lot more lined up, and I can't wait. So we didn't make Elroy this time, but tell you what, that van and that trailer will be loaded up, and we will be hitting the next town. We'll tell all about that later on. But as far as it goes, this weekend we had a Galley Lucha on Sunday, and that was a awesome time. Just a new venue for me. I think it was the second time the company had been there, in Rockford, Illinois, which may mean something to some, but to me it meant about 45 minutes closer. Which I'm all right with that. It's a nice leisurely drive down to Rockford on Sunday afternoon, and made the show, and yeah, I had a great time. Chuco and Axel Rico taking on a couple of good luchadors, and a good back and forth battle. Good high flying the entire time. Yeah, loved it. Absolutely loved it. Continuing to learn some Spanish along the way. So the notebook is filling up more and more.
Awesome. Oh, wow. Yeah, I wish I would have known they were in Rockford on Sunday. Though it was probably still good for me to rest the body after Friday. I've discovered a huge mark on me. So,
Eesh.
have to deal with later.
Wait, I didn't see no mark.
I feel the scab when I bathe.
Ah,
So,
Ryan, why'd you have to hurt my best friend? Now I have to come work for Live Pro Wrestling.
yeah. We'll be back. Keep an eye out on Live Pro Wrestling. They had a great show over the weekend. Keep an eye out on Galley Wrestling. They had a great show on Sunday. Keep an eye out on all our social media pages for shows we share, because they're good shows. All right. And let us move on to the question I posed to the group this week. I asked the guys, because NXT is bringing back their breakout tournament, which was a fun event last year. And a lot of those guys in that tournament went on to do great things in NXT. I said, hey, why don't we do a breakout tournament, but we'll just do 4 superstars, and the winner can challenge for any title in any promotion. I will go first. I decided to do a regional thing where we would have West Coast representatives, South, East Coast, and Midwest representative. I was selfish and chose myself for the Midwest representative.
Woohoo! Yeah, I would nominate as well.
Chose myself. For the West Coast representative, I went with Adrian Quest. You can catch him out on New Japan Strong. Real fun, West Coast luchador type guy out there, that West Coast style. He's fun. I've watched him now for a couple years. From the Dirty South, I had to go with the homie Brian Keith. Congratulations on winning the new Texas Pro heavyweight title over the weekend, ending the over 600-day reign of Mysterious Q. Me and Zach got to meet him at Zalba when we were down in Tampa, and he did some commentary for us, so you can check out that. For East Coast, I went with probably a little lesser known name, but I'm surprised he's still lesser known, and that's Ken Broadway. You might have seen him on For the Culture and GCW. He does House of Hardcore, I want to say, out there, or House of Glory, one of them, out there on the East Coast. But real exciting, athletic, bigger guy. At least bigger on the indies. It's always weird when you see the guys stand next to WWE size guys. But a bigger guy. And guess what? Selfishly, I'm winning the tournament.
Yeah. I would also have put a lot of money down on Doc Simmons going into this.
Right, that's a smart move then. You would have been a very rich man. And when it came to choosing a title to go after, that was really hard because, obviously I looked at the tag titles and we've got some shirts coming out that express how we feel about the tag team situation in the wrestling world right now. But when I think about who are the champions, there's some fun ones out there. You've got ZSJ and Taichi in New Japan for the heavyweight tag titles. You've got Violence Is Forever and Impact for the Impact titles. And they do Freebird rules. So that's Dornig, that's Rhino, that's Eric Young, and it's Cody Deaner.
Yeah, Cody Deaner.
Cody Deaner. We've talked about, I don't know if we've talked about Rhino on this podcast, but Rhino's awesome. If you ever get a chance to talk to Rhino at a show, talk to Rhino. He's great. He's hilarious. Can't put over Rhino enough. I know he needs putting over from our little podcast, and we can't put him over enough here. Rhino's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
And then you look at WWE, you got AJ Styles and Omos for the Brawl. You got Rey Mysterio and Dominic for the SmackDown titles. So there's a lot of good competition out there. I thought about singles as well. I'm a big Never Open fan, and Jay White's the champ over there, and he was my favorite heel of last year. You got Kushida as a cruiserweight champ down in NXT, and how they're bringing a lot more attention to that, it feels like, over the last 3 weeks. So this was actually the hardest pick. I basically knew immediately who I wanted in the tournament, but picking a title to go after was hard. But I decided to go for IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles with my homie Zach, because those champions are LP, and the person I put them with all the time, Taiji Ishimori.
Oh yeah.
LP is freaking hilarious, and I think super underrated, and more people should watch him. He is an awesome heel, and Taiji Ishimori is just really good, and I think him and Zach could do some fun things for some reason. I don't know why, but I just feel that in my gut.
Yeah.
And then we would win them. So I have booked myself. I have put myself over completely in this tournament.
I'm a big fan of it.
All right. Let's go with Zach next.
I unfortunately did not put myself in the tournament. I was going outside. So I would put Big Manders, the one called Manders, just heavy hitter.
From good brother.
Oh yeah, great guy. Definitely a guy who I know eventually is going to get to that next level. So like
another guy who obviously needs this podcast to put him over.
Yeah, like he's not over enough.
Yeah.
Lee Moriarty. I've been a fan of him since I've seen him. Just his presence right when his entrance hits, like screams, "I'm a star." I mean, he's finally getting his looks. He's going to MLW, but definitely Lee Moriarty.
If I hadn't put myself in there, I would have put him in there.
Yes, sir. A guy we met through Ring of Honor. He's been tearing up on the indies. He actually was just at AAW. He's booked with Warrior. We're talking about the Savage Gentleman.
Yep, Victor Benjamin.
Victor Benjamin, yes, sir. I'm a big Just a dude. Looks like $1,000,000. He has a legit fight background, and like when you talk to him in person, it's like one of the nicest guys to talk to.
Yep.
So
Send him peanut butter.
Victor Benjamin, and then my last guy is from Wisconsin. Anyone want to take a guess? It's a Wisconsin guy.
I mean, the safe choice, I guess, is Joey Avalon.
It's Joey. It's a safe choice, but I'm going with a man I've been a fan of since like I started. A guy like when I looked into Bruce City, like the man who like immediately caught my attention. That's Sean Priest.
Sean was actually my second choice.
Yeah, Sean's like always. I just think Sean is there. Like, I mean, just he always brings a great look. He has a great look. I definitely use him as the unholy one. And I'd pair it up with a Sean versus Manders round 1, Victor versus Lee Moriarty, and then I would have Sean go over and Victor go over. And the finals, I would have Sean with the win on Victor.
Okay.
And then I would send Sean out to NXT UK to dethrone Walter.
Ooh. Just two meaty guys going at it.
I just think like Sean versus Walter would be fun to watch.
Be a good one. All right, senior official.
Oh man, this is a cool question. Yeah, it would be a tournament of champions, tournament of all tournaments. There would be a judge up there too. If it came down to a time limit, there would be a judge given the finish him, signal, just in case. So the combatants in this tournament, first off, Fred Yehai, representing just violent, ruthless, a good style of grappling as well. Any kind of style, he can do it. Second entrant, El Hijo de Canis Lupus from Mexico. The guy's got such great size, such good power moves, and such agility. He moves through the air with the best of them. See him do those moonsaults out of nowhere, and he can also give you a power bomb with a big old running lariat or a knee. Next entrant, we would have AJ Gray. Just a big size, hit you with that lariat, knock you out. Can also hit a moonsault if needed.
Yeah.
But just any kind of a move, a solid base. And the final entrant would be Kurt Stallion. Put him back in to a tournament of champions where he can work his way into big time again. Just a great independent. He does it all. Great personality as well. I would love to see really any of these guys match up with each other. That being said, I am not a booker, nor do I have any idea what great matchups would be per se. So I don't know what the tournament would shake up as, but the winner of it would face Jacob Fatu for the MLW Heavyweight Championship in a steel cage. So the winner out of those guys, either way, you're gonna have to use everything you have, whether it's being ruthless, being a fighter, agility. You'll have to use it all. And the final boss is someone who displays just as much ruthlessness as everybody on this list in Jacob Fatu. I would love to see this tournament one day somehow happen.
Yeah, that'd be a good one. Awesome. And you have three very different tournaments that would all be very good with different, very good prizes.
See, like I don't even have to go in the tournament and hurt my body, and I'm going on the IW.
Yeah, I know. You lucked out. All right. let's go ahead and move on to our next segment and talk about what we got coming up this weekend. It is a big holiday weekend, great weekend for us. Zach, why don't you start off and tell them what we got?
Yeah, your mama's favorite tag team, Country Air, is hitting up the fairs this weekend. We are hitting the Summer Sizzler tour, right, with Brew City Wrestling. It's supposed to start a week ago, but it starts this Saturday, 7:15 p.m. Saturday at Franklin, Wisconsin, at the Franklin Fair. And then, do you want to go with Sunday, or do you want me to keep going for Sunday?
I can go with the next one for Sunday because this is the one that I remember. In the morning, we will be at the Watertown.
Watertown at 2.
Hmm?
Watertown at 2 p.m.
Yep, Watertown, 2 p.m. We've done this show, I feel, for the past, at least since I've been there, and I'm sure we've been doing it longer. Always a fun one. We always let a little loose at that one because it's always, I guess, super hot. So we just have fun with that one. So yeah, your mama's favorite tag team will be in action again at 2 p.m. out in Watertown. And why don't you tell them what we're doing that night?
Then later that night, we're traveling down to Waterloo, the entire Bruce City crew, for a 6:30 show down in Waterloo at the Fireman's Fair.
Yeah, full weekend of action. 3 times to see your mama's favorite tag team all over, basically like the middle of Wisconsin mostly.
Yes, sir.
Perch, what you got?
Kicking things off Thursday night this week down at Ozinga Field, down in Chicago for Zello Pro. Been running a handful of these shows at the baseball field, and it is such a fun time. It's an outdoor show. Fans right after the game come up to the ring, and it's that fair and festival atmosphere. So it's a good time. Maybe reffing the entire show is how it's been, which is wonderful. I love it. So kicking things off on Thursday, and I'm going to be joining you guys as well for Brew City Wrestling, as Saturday night we're back at Franklin Civic Festival, something along those lines. Wonderful time last time we were there. And Sunday, 4th of July, Watertown and Waterloo.
Yes. So see your favorite Brew City Wrestling stars, us three, and the rest of the guys this weekend all over. Let's just go ahead and keep it moving. This is probably going to be our shortest episode ever, but we didn't have much going on. Oh, actually, you know what we did not talk about? My bad. What we watched this week.
Yeah, I was gonna say I feel like we missed a segment.
Yep, we totally missed a segment. Let's talk about what we watched this week. Since this is a later recording, I'm sure we have so much to talk about. Let's go with Perch first because we've been making him go last the past couple times.
Man, that Dante Martin against Matt Sydal match on AEW was one of the better matches I've seen in a long time. Just great storytelling, great, just kind of a student teacher match. Not that it's a teacher per se, but a veteran and an up and comer kind of match. Someone who's been in the business for 20 years, who's got so much knowledge, against someone who's been in the business, under 10 years, who's looking to gain that knowledge. Awesome setting. It was, sunset in the background. They used every part of the ring, outside the ring, and made it all make sense. Just a phenomenal match. I really enjoyed it, as the fans did too. They were getting that "This is awesome" chant going for the second time as he was climbing to the top right before the finish.
Yep.
It was really cool to experience fans again in a show. And in the Kenny O match against Jungle Boy, like that one too. Just a great match all around. Paul Turner tossing everybody out to start. I'm a big Paulie T fan, so he shined very well that night as well. So those were a couple of matches that stood out that I remember and really liked from the week.
All right. Zach, what have you been watching?
Yeah, so I watched AEW Dark, watched the homie JDX make his debut. Super proud. Everyone knows JDX is like that. I mean, he's that it factor, and definitely awesome to see him get his opportunity. I feel like I've been watching a lot of the old school wrestling. We have a channel on Pluto that just like pops up like random old wrestling. And today it was Hardcore Legends back when like early Cactus Jack stuff of that nature. And then of course doing what I've been doing, rewatching a lot of my own wrestling, watching my own wrestling films, tag matches, single matches, seeing what things I need to work on. I think I watched more, but I can't recall what I've watched. Oh, been watching a lot of WWF superstars as well, which super big fan of Razor Ramon. I got to watch to build up to the debut of Razor again, so big fan.
As much as I hate to age myself, I do remember watching the build up to Razor Ramon as a child.
Not me. Super young.
Yeah.
Super full of luscious locks. But I am a big fan of Razor on the beach. Having everyone back then when they didn't realize what the cameras are for and fans looking like, it wasn't like, oh, that's Razor. Like, what the hell's going on?
Yeah, it's great. All right.
One more thing before you go. One thing I like when I was watching like Razor compared to like other people, like man, his gear back then was like I'm a big fan of having nice clean gear and like man, like he like when he debuted had like just look like all right, I'm a superstar.
Yeah, his gear definitely stood out. Yeah, especially because he was coming in like at the time of gimmicks where there was a lot of sillier ones.
Yeah, he came out just as the bad guy.
Yeah, just the bad guy, clean looking wrestler.
Oh yeah.
All right. I watched a lot of wrestling, and I'm not going to remember it all. But yeah, Dante Martin, Matt Sydal, match was awesome. I'm surprised nobody has called that a sunrise flip, but I get it because it was like literally during the sunset. But that match was great. I love his flipping stunner that he does now for a finisher. I was kind of upset that Sydal kicked out of it. Yeah, Kenny Omega, Jungle Boy was awesome. And then I watched some of Dynamite tonight. Match that stood out was the homie Brian Pillman Jr. versus Miro. It was a good underdog story. Nice selling on both sides to make Miro look like a beast and Pillman look like that, like classic baby face. Caught up on a lot of NXT. The homie Carmelo Hayes versus Adam Cole match was super good. Can't wait to see what he does. I have forgotten his NXT name, but Blake Christian versus Kushida. That was also really good. They only had there was one hiccup, but when you see how amazing Blake Christian is, it is amazing that in his first TV match, there's only one hiccup in it. I think that's about it. I did catch up on a lot of New Japan, but it's been mostly tag matches building up to the next big show. But yeah. I feel like we're kind of in like a lull period before everything starts picking up. TV wrestling in the summer is always weird. Oh, one more match did stick out to me. I brought it up earlier and I didn't say anything. Brian Keith versus Mysterious Q of the new Texas Pro Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
Yep.
That one had a lot of intrigue to it.
Yep.
I had a lot of intrigue going in.
Yep. Mysterious Q was a champion for over 600 days. Brian Keith making a lot of noise now. The Underground King, Bounty Hunter. Yeah, just high energy, big fight feel from freaking entrances and introductions. Really good match. If you get a chance to check that out on IWTV, highly recommend it. Also on that show, we get to see the homie Isaiah make, I'm pretty sure that's his return since everything shut down. Might be his first match back. But,
Velasquez.
Yep.
He had a match with Moriarty at the Gathering, but since then, like, it's been pretty quiet.
Okay, so it'll be, yeah. But yeah, go check
the Collective.
Yep.
Yeah, the Collective might be not the Gathering. The Collective, sorry.
Oh yeah, Collective. Yeah, but Isaiah was on there, and actually a lot of people we know. Kylie Ray was on that match. Billy Starks was on that show. So if you get a chance to go ahead and check out that latest new Texas Pro show, I highly recommend it. It was really, really good. Okay, now we can actually get into our last segment, and that's if Zach has a question.
I actually have a question, but Gunnar also texted me and phoned in his question.
Let's keep it saucy and do both.
All right, so we'll start off with Gunnar's question. And let me read it. Gunnar's question was, name something you did when did you screw up everything, but no one ever found out it was you?
When did I screw up everything, but nobody found out it was me?
Yeah. Something like, I guess, like you screwed up, but no one knew it was you.
I don't know. I'm pretty.
This one's a weird one. Like, I can see, like, at first when I first read it, now that I read it, it's even weirder. But when I first read it, I thought I was thinking like, name a time you messed up in the ring and no one noticed. But like the more I read it,
there's plenty of times with that one.
Yeah, we talk about that all the time. But like, yeah, this one's a little bit odd. I can give you a little bit more contents later. I'm not gonna do it on the podcast because Gunnar told me his, and we're just not gonna put it out there.
Okay. All right. You know what? Let's skip Gunnar's question and wait for him to come back next week before we do that one. What's yours?
My question, we're all growing. Me and you are hitting our third year. Perch is like what, 3 or 4 years now. So we're like we've all been hitting the road. So moving now from like we're halfway through 2020, going to 2022. What are 3 states, and maybe like if people are listening, they can suggest promotions for us. What are 3 states you're hoping to debut in within the next year?
Oh, that is pretty easy for me. Texas, Virginia, and Cali.
Perch?
California, Texas, and Mexico.
Ideally, of course, Japan, but realistically, I would do Texas as well, California, and I want to say like New Jersey, like New Jersey, Pennsylvania area, somewhere out where like Cheeseburger's at, like where his guys work.
Yep. Yeah.
Sorry, very. I came with that question like halfway through the podcast, and I realized I was the one who had to ask the question.
It's all good. I mean, yeah, that one is easy for us because we're all so determined and have planned out and have more than likely made moves to start getting to those states.
I feel like that one was more, I guess, in a way, more selfish, like hoping that whoever listens to this maybe can drop us some suggestions.
Yes. So if you listen to this, so
California, Texas, Mexico, Japan,
if you
Virginia,
want to see Doc Simmons, Perch, or Zach Hendricks, or Gunnar, or Mav, or Baxter, anywhere, tell those promotions. They're going to listen to you before they listen to us.
or simply just comment on on Facebook, Doc. We'll drop this on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Put it in the comments section. Let us read those promotions so we know who to reach out to.
Yeah, that's another way to do it. We can reach out to them. If you want to talk to them and like, hey, you should check out these guys, or yeah, tag us in them, we will reach out to those promotions. We will come to you. We want you to see us.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, much better question and easier to understand though than Gunners. We'll get the Riot Squad back on next week to explain themselves.
Yes, sir.
And if nobody has anything else, we can go ahead and take this home.
One last thing, just because I was waiting a few weeks for it to happen, and it finally did. There was a match with Braden Lee and Jake Lander against Gringo Loco and Arez at AAW. I may have spoken shortly after it happened, but it just aired tonight. And one of the moves in that match had stuck with me ever since, and I haven't seen it until right now.
Okay, I'll have to go on.
I had been waiting for the moment, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to see it live or not watch it or whatever, but just saw it. Yeah, gotta see it. It was the most wild variation of, I guess, a pile driver that I've ever seen. Base God for a reason.
Yeah. Yep, he's great. Check him out. But was that also on the AAW Twitch, Perch?
Yeah, that was on the AAW Twitch.
Oh yes, once again, go ahead and check out the AAW Twitch. Watch the most amazing thing Perch has seen and has stuck with him and he's been waiting to see again. And on that note, I guess we'll just go ahead and take it home. This has been a clean show, guys. All right, y'all be easy. 1